Hello everyone, and a very good evening to you. I'm conscious the music's a bit loud, but we can rave, we can party, because it's time to get the showdown underway. Welcome one and all to round 14 of the Artemis Esports Championship, and boy have I been looking forward to this one all evening. It's the title decider between Novus Racing and Bunga Racing Team, and before we get into all those points values and the important numbers you need tonight, I'd like to welcome back for the final time this season my co-commentary partner in crime for the most part, Ross Greenhorn. How are you doing?
Very well. One more time around the fantastic Abu Dhabi circuit. It's what settles the differences between Bunga Racing Team and Novus Racing. 1-0 Novus Racing, you've got to say though, PR Furious, or BRT Furious should I refer to as, qualifying ban. One of the bigger talking points for tonight, especially, obviously Gabor and Furious, Liam Bowman there, probably the most trusted point scorer, and MVR Nick as well. Two of the arguably strongest lineups for both teams. They're both going for it, they both want to win it. Whoever wins it, I tell you what, it's been one of the most incredible seasons we've seen. Maybe not as good as last season, but still, right to the line for a championship decider is exactly what you want for every single Tier S season.
It's just been amazing, hasn't it? I mean, this time last season, the final round, it was only a 12-round season, but it still came down to the absolute wire. We'll get onto that in just a moment. We have a lot of drivers, people, everybody from both sides of this NVR BRT continuum that it has been for the majority of the season coming together. And, well, there are a few nerves, of course. It is for money, of course, the prize pool. Question mark. I did inquire about the prize pool to see what was going on with it, and I was told that yeah, it depends on another factor at the moment. So hopefully the teams can leave here this evening saying, okay, we've got some money in the bag, and one team already knows, if possible, how much money they're getting, and that is Team Shizou. They have finished third in this championship. That's because TTM have taken a -10 points deduction for adding stonks. That secures it here this evening. Right, let's have a little look at the standings and see what is going on. Oh no, I didn't want to show that so soon. Okay, that sort of ruined it, but these are the numbers that you need to be looking at. Novus Racing on 457, but Bunga Racing Team on 452. Now, there was a massive swing last week, and that is because you rightly said, Ross, Carsey picked up an accumulation of 15 seconds worth of penalties. One of those was, I think, pretty unfortunate. It was for a desync collision with an NVR title rival in Ogween, and the lack of proof of desync really was what got them over the line. 1 penalty point, all they needed for a qualifying ban, because they've accumulated over 6.
Yeah, it was, I guess you say, arguably one of the more controversial instances of the season, but yeah, I think it was, also, there was two parts to it. You either look at it and you think, was there enough evidence? Was it really a desync issue? You never know, but in how controversial it was, I think it was rightly so. Give him a qualifying ban. Obviously, Furious taking that today. The man currently in the lead of the driver's standings. I have heard TTM Placky is looking to try and claim that from Furious, and well, you can see already TTM stocks, PR Furious, and I believe Kenzie FEP has taken 3 qualifying bans tonight, so only 14 qualifiers. I agree, it is a laughable offence that Kenzie FEP has welcomed himself into this kind of high tier of a competition on, I think, about half an hour's notice. So honestly, Kenzie, I hope you come last.
Yeah, I mean, I did want to show this graph very quickly because it does depict the story of the season, and I made this. I'm quite proud of this. I'm putting it on and being accurate with it. The dots at the top, round 13, is how close the two teams are, but it's not been plain sailing, has it, for Novus Racing? They did have quite a big gap round 4, round 5, but you have to say, NVR, a much better team when Liam Bowman's in the car, because there was 3-4 races he didn't participate in. Furious got 3 wins in a row. The gap shrunk. That's why we're here.
Yeah, I know. So when Liam Bowen wasn't racing, MVR wasn't picking up as many points as we're used to seeing him. Liam Bowen 5 podiums this season, not finished anything lower than 5th place. So Mr. Reliable, you've got to say, for the team, keeping them really interested in this fight as well. MVR Nick, another big point score for the NRX Ogween. MVR Ogween now, of course, changed to 140 points for him as well. So overall, you know, a lot of those racing drivers have been very helpful towards their title fight. But you have to point out though, Bunga Racing Team's furious as well. 206 points for the team. They scored 457. So on practically half of your team's points is already saying a lot for a driver like Furious. So hopefully tonight you can make it interesting and see if you can climb through the ranks quickly and make it an interesting title fight.
Absolutely. I'm being told to show the track action. All right, all right. I mean, you want all these things on the screen. You say you like it, but you've had enough already. And it's FRT David, the first driver around there on the circuit at the moment. And Furious qualifying band, as you said, Stonks as well. Kenzie FEP will join them as a late substitution. That was for Fern, who is unable to make it tonight. The joys of being Mexican, slightly behind schedule, with, of course, the rest of us here in Europe. Cam, of course, a notable exception, driver from the States here this evening. So good to see him in the car for ET. He has told me about the strategy. I knew it roughly anyway, but Ross, I think looking ahead into the race, because I don't think we'll have enough time to really focus on strategy once we get there. We're going to see, I think, the likes of Furious, Stonks, Kenzie, those drivers with qualifying bans, those drivers, particularly Furious, who need to stay out, try and claim some track position, look to do something else in this race.
Well, yeah, obviously, of course, usually hard medium is the preferred selected strategy for some of these cars. But as you said, if you're at the back, the likes of Furious, likes of Stonks, trying to make up some positions, help their teammates out a little bit more, a soft medium very much as possible. So stick on a set of softs. Obviously they'll have 4 fresh set of softs for having that qualifying ban. So it really is just a gamble, really. If you go hard, you're going to go longer. If you go soft, you're going to try and undercut a bit. You won't be able to gain as much. But then again, if you get the softs working nicely and getting those overtakes done quickly, it really could be a successful strategy for the likes of Furious and the likes of Stonks as well.
I just want to highlight NVR off to an absolutely flying start. Of course, they've got 2 cars in this qualifying session in comparison to BRT's 1, and they've both set an almost identical 0.4 banker, 4 thousandths between the 2 cars at the moment. BRT Gabor is rounding the final corner now. At turn 16, he goes up to the line and he beats that with a 21.414. And that is looking very close already. Our 3 protagonists in this qualifying session, all on a 1:21.4. That is an absolutely fantastic start to what was always going to be a fantastic qualifying session. Of course, a point for BRT with Gabor on pole would be valuable. It would shrink the gap down to 4. Of course, they still have a car last, no matter what. Furious down in 18th. But you have to say, Gabor is not feeling much pressure at the moment, is he?
No, definitely not. Also, his teammates, you said, down in last place, but Nick and Bowman being directly behind him won't be nice for his sorrows either. I have been told, Joseph, and I can see in the chat, Stonks doesn't actually have a qualifying ban. I'm not sure where he picked up the rule from. But yeah, unfortunately, 3 points off of TTM's final position. They are confirmed 4th, I believe, from Future Racing Team in 5th place. So yeah, not sure what a screen Stonks went through Stonks' head, but yeah, he's just taken a random quali ban.
Yeah, lineup submission. Yeah, it's just a 3-point deduction. There is honestly nothing about a qualifying ban. So I feel like people just get confused now with other tournaments, don't they? Venom, by the way, up to 4th for Team Shizou, the team that have finished 3rd this season. He's a 10th off pole at the moment, looking to throw a spanner in the works. Shizou, of course, the only other team that have won a race this season, other than Novus Racing, who have taken 7 wins. And BRT, who have taken 5 wins. I'm going to be a little bit biased now on that front. It's a good achievement to have and a highly competitive season, really, with, so many good drivers, good moments. 7 different winners across the board for NVR and BRT this season. There won't be a different one tonight because you have to say, Ross, both teams have come out full strength.
Oh yeah, you absolutely have to. You've got to try and give yourself the best opportunity of winning this championship. A big prize pool to be earned. It's all about trying to just get yourself over that line. As you said, been so close all season long. There've been races where MVR have looked like clear runaway winners, and all of a sudden, BRTE come back. That won a race of Monaco, Monza, and Portugal. They scored no lower than 47 points, and MVR's Monaco stinker, you could say, 15 points and 22 points in Monza. It's big things like this to just completely sway the title charge. So, yeah, you look like 1 point where MVR's good, 1 point BRT's good, but now 5 points separates them. As you said, if Gabor can take the pole position, 4 points could be all that is.
Absolutely. We're on board with Kenzie FEP. Now, this was unexpected, wasn't it? Absolutely nobody available tonight for TF10. So we're having to watch Kenzie FEP, ladies and gentlemen. That was the slowest turn one I've ever seen, but we'll cut him some slack. The game says he's got a purple first sector. Had a bit more track, I have to say, on the exit there. And for those of you that don't know, Kenzie now in, of course, TF10 management has not... I wouldn't say set the world alight with his league racing pace. Ben Aston Martin there taking the piss of Liam Bowman, trying to maybe put him off. By the way, any sort of penalty points, because, of course, qualifying bans and whatnot cannot be converted over to next season, if there is one. That, of course, is a point deduction. So, everyone out there, it's going to be a little bit more careful out on track at the moment. Aston Martin, they're getting out of the way. How the hell that isn't invalid, I don't know. But the Northern Irish driver, forgetting where the track is, it goes right here. And then there's a left underneath the stunning hotel section. This is the worst hot lap, I think, in AEC history. It's meant to be a track guide, but he's missing about every corner of the track at the moment. Round to the final corner. Kenzie FEP, can he beat Wheeze? No, it's a 126.9.
Sorry. I just checked the sector times there. He's 8/10 off in the first, 8/10 off in the middle, and a stunning 3 seconds off in the final sector. It's... Yeah, if he just hooks up that final sector a little bit more, it could be a 23. It could be a 23 and ahead of Wheeze F1, which would be... I think it'd be the biggest achievement of his life, to be honest with you.
I'll tell you what, he's out-qualified Furious and Stonks. He can say that. Stonks could have qualified, but people aren't reading the rulebook, are they? Liam Bowman is 28 thousandths down in the first sector. The second round of laps are beginning. That's a little bit of a slide on the exit of the corner for the Scottish driver, who has 4 wins to his name and 3 pole positions this season, looking to make that a vital 4th on the last qualifying night of the season. The brake marker boards on the right-hand side have been absolutely smashed to pieces. That's because the drivers like to take a wide approach. Coming into the chicane of turn 6 and 7. Then hard on the power. Slight kink through 8. Really trying... Straighten it up now, get over that blue painted bit on the inside again there, minimise the run in towards turn 9. It's a 10th improvement in the middle sector, 52.3 as of the middle sector split. Now he's just got the final sector to go. Used to be a lot slower, but a lot more flowing now than it used to be back in 2020. Through the right of turn 12, then through the left of 13, turns into a double left of 14, trying to avoid an invalidation on the exit. Flat out right-hander of turn 15. Again, wide approach. Really committed there into the final corner. Short run up to the line. And he has the advantage back. 121.360 for the provisional pole time now. Gabor half a tenth down and backing out in the middle sector.
Strong going there from Liam Bowman. He's seen very slight improvements, but it made all the merrier for his 21.3. I'm not sure he's going to be happy with that lap. I'm sure he's probably done a bit faster in his practice qualifying. As you said, Gabor's backed off. Nick, his teammate, now just starting. Obviously, Liam Bowman now just down the road there in a little yellow flag section, waiting on his teammate to repay him with that slipstream coming down that long old straight towards the start of Sector 2. So hopefully, Nick can hook this one up and it could be a MVR 1-2. It can really positively help the team here and give them a nice little attitude booster towards that AEC title. They have never won AEC. I don't think they were top 3 of last season due to them closing down, but now they're back. Now they're looking like easy winners almost currently in this qualifying sessions. Liam Bowman gives his teammate a lovely tow down the straight, dart to the left hand side and down into the brake zone. Comes out, you said, braking board smashed on the right, so I hope you're not choosing the braking board as a braking point, because that is that one gone anyway. Hit the 2 line, coming up short of the road for MVR. Nick in his Aston Martin car. You see him just coming down this line and now towards the Sector 2 split. Can it be an improvement of enough to jump his teammate? He is indeed. 2.5 tenths up in that middle sector.
Bloody hell, NVR Nick is absolutely flying out there at the moment. Now, we did have a period at the start of this game where a bit on and off in terms of connection, and that's an on and off lap. He's drifting around turn number 12, and NVR Nick's good middle sector, outstanding middle sector, is going to turn into a pretty dark and dingy final sector as the sun sets here in Yas Marina, drifting around the final corner. He's lost 200ths. And so NVR Nick will need an all-important final lap in this session. He knows he's got it within him, but 2 mistakes really running that car on tenterhooks is the German. By the way, Shout out to FRT. They're 4th and 5th with David and Typical. Feels like we're not giving them as much airtime at the moment, but that's a brilliant effort. Venom gets in the action as well. 2,000ths quicker than Gabor, who also didn't improve on that first banker lap.
Yeah, and seeing their neck could have been almost 3/10 up going into that final corner. Not even a 21-1 in the middle. A 21-1 would have been an absolute flyer of a lap. But as you said, that slide at turn 12, thrown it all the way late on in the lap. You've got to say only a couple of corners left, and he's completely lost time there. But as you said, FRT absolutely flying so far. Dawid just out of his teammate Typical, both into the .4. Typical just breaking that .4 barrier. FRT just in there as well. And 7th, not FRT, for AMS as well. There, Simbarots 1 is just finished off his lap. I don't think anyone's actually on a lap currently, except the man on an out lap, starting off what will probably be his final lap of qualifying, Kenzie FEP.
Just a question in the chat from F1 Diggy McClutch. Can I ask what FRT means? It is Future Racing Team, a team set up by Bolero Fox and Co. in 2020. Celebrated their 3-year anniversary. I think a couple of months ago now. It feels like a while since we covered that. I think it was the Portimao round here in AEC. Going a long time. Brilliant bunch of lads, you have to say. And a lot of tournament invites, you have to say, over the course of this game cycle. Owing Ross, and I was going to bring this up at some point, to how many teams we've lost throughout this season.
Yeah, a crazy amount, to be honest with you, for what we're used to. We're not used to seeing this many teams. We start off with 10 teams on the AEC tier standings. We've ended with 14. Parnell Racing, Nix Racing, All Elite Racing Team, Summit League Racing Team, and Paradox Sim Racing. All 5 teams shutting down and ending what have been so many big legacies. SLR, one of the top assist teams, won AEC a couple of times, Tier 1 and Tier 2. PSR, almost winning that for the first ever Tier S title. It's just one of the more gradual teams to lose out to, one of the bigger ones that made a dent. In the no assist community, All Elite Racing Team as well, a good assist team, and Nexus Racing as well, obviously one of the top qualifiers in the world, and then all of a sudden just shut down as soon as it started.
Absolutely. It's Kenzie airtime again. Fuck, he's annoying me, isn't he? He's just trying to get on the stream tonight. Round to the final corner. He's improved by 1.8 seconds. Round of applause, everybody. W in the chat for Kenzie FEP. No, don't. If you do, you're getting blocked, you're getting banned, you're getting abolished permanently from the chat. Now, we have had a Northern Irish moment in the sun this season. That came back in Monaco. Hologiac F1 for FGE. They got a podium. It was a Northern Irish podium for him. Kenzie, I doubt, will be able to repeat that feat. Carsey as well, another Northern Irish driver. Less, I think, wanting to be mentioned after last week, but either way, he follows in their footsteps, at least. He's attempting to and failing so miserably.
Okay, I've just watched Tom Lawrence twat the ball from Glasgow to Edinburgh. I'm not sure what the hell is going on. He sent it that far out the stadium, it's actually went over the top of it. I'm not sure what he's hit that with, but it definitely wasn't his foot. Anyway, back to the more important matters. Liam Bowman is getting himself started for what will be one final lap. MVR now can make his way out the pit lane. Liam Bowman, for one final time in AEC TRS, going for it on this final lap attempt.
He is indeed, and just on the topic of football, I'm glad Leicester are not playing tonight, and I'm glad we didn't have to postpone this race, because 2 hours ago, the Xbox party just completely crashed on. Everybody was practicing. The F1 servers went down as well for most people. We were scared. We were scared shitless that we weren't going to have a race tonight, but thankfully we're here. Thankfully I can make it, and I couldn't miss this one. £32.50 for a Millwall home ticket, by the way. I don't think I can let that one go, I'm afraid. Down in towards the chicane then for Liam Bowman. And that first sector on the previous lap was good, wasn't it? The middle sector, was there work to be done? He gets the slipstream again, similar sort of effect. And now it's the straight run down towards turn number 9. The banking, of course, coming in at, I think it's 12 degrees, but correct me if I'm wrong on that one. As he goes purple again. He's absolutely flying as the Scottish driver. And being the first car out there at the moment, other than the Haas, I believe, of Wheeze F1, he is going to put a lot of pressure on everybody else here. Through the hotel section he goes. Kenzie FEP has retired. His qualifying session is done. I think he's leaving himself some tyres to fail miserably in the race with. Liam Bowman, though, is not failing in the slightest. And that's another 0.2 improvement at the back end of qualifying with a minute on the clock. A vital point, you'd think, coming the way of NVR. BRT Gabor doesn't have the luxury of a slipstream. Might have to settle for second here, Ross.
Gabor a 10th up in that first sector, so with big slides all the way for that middle sector. He's backed off. He is backed off. I think he does luckily have enough to get through, but he did a 17.122. To put into perspective, that's a 10th up on Liam Bowman's current pole time. That was an absolute flyer in first sector that he has now sadly ruined. Boberts has retired, as he's like typical. It's hit Boberts possibly, because Typical's also retired as well. What went on there? I am not so sure, but the FRT driver and the Shizou driver are now completely out of the session. But more important matter going on ahead though, MVR Nick is now receiving a toll from his teammate Liam Bowman all the way down this straight. Nick currently sitting with a 17.132 first sector. That's once again a 10th up on Liam Bowman's absolute flyer first sector, which is 17.2. So if Nick cooks this one up, it could be really a 20.9.
It could be indeed. I mean, how stunning would that be in the final qualifying session of the season? Oh my god, he's getting another toe. Who is that? Who's giving him a slipstream? It's Cam, who has just planted his foot all the way down that back straight towards turn 9. Ooh, that is controversial, isn't it? Getting another helping hand there. 2 slipstreams in the space of 2 straight. Now, I was bound to be seeing chaos tonight, but not as early as the final minute of this qualifying session. We've got Mercedes round the final corner. That's Phoenix. He's gone 7th. Great effort by the TF10 driver. Nick, though, has that double slipstream helped him? It absolutely has, as he's gone quickest with a 121.022. Now, that seemed like a conscious choice from Cam, so not levied onto NVR directly, but you have to say BRT might have a right to feel unhappy about that, especially when so much is on the line.
Absolutely, I think I 100% agree with that one. Very unusual scene to see an ET driver helping out an MVR driver. Usually it's the ET driver blocking the MVR driver, but this week it's a toll given by Cam down that small straight in. It wouldn't have gained him a lot of time, I'm not so sure, but it definitely gained him something, because a 21.022 is an absolute flyer of a lap from the young German, and a novice racing 1-2 is the exact way that they want to hit early and sort of scare off BRT a little bit. 4th place currently for Gabor and 18th for Furious. All the work to do down in the BRT camp.
Absolutely. I think we have to do a restart because it's automatically in the top 10, if I'm right in saying. And Typical does have that 5-place grid penalty. Bobberts is saying, get off the racing line to Typical, so there might be a case of maybe that penalty would be valid in a normal racing situation, but rules are the updated rules this season. It's an automatic restart for any driver in the top 10. Here are your qualifying results, and it's a valuable front row lockout for Novus Racing. Nick and Bowman on the front row. Massive, massive advantage, and it's hard to see them losing it from here. Venom in 3rd, Gabra in 4th, David in 5th place, then head of Typical. It's an all FRT row 3. Phoenix, Justin, Bobberts, Placky round out the top 10. Then it's Simbarox 1, James, Cam, Easton, and then Wheeze, Kenzie, miles off the pace. And Stonks and Furious, who took qualifying ban. Stonks didn't have to. Furious will start last. The 3-time race winner this season. If it's an actual block, we leave the pen. Okay. Carry on, maybe? Okay, I've been sent the clip, so I've got to do my admin duties and have a look.
I can keep you all updated when we look at the standings, or what, Joseph figuring out what the hell's going on. But football updates, guys, football updates. Brighton Alpha Albion are drawn 1-1 currently with Brentford at home. Pascal Gross equalised after Brian Mbeumo's early penalty. 1-0 down at the Sellers Park. Crystal Palace losing 1-0 to Bournemouth with a Marcos and SA 25-minute header into the back of the net. Fulham up 2-0 against Nottingham Forest. Way, Joseph, you should be happy with that one. 1-0 Liverpool against Sheffield United. Virgil van Dijk.
What was that?
Put it in the back of the net. It's 2-0 Fulham against Nottingham Forest.
Wankers! You're going down. You're going down.
It's 0-0, as I was to say 10 minutes in, it's 0-0 Manchester United and Chelsea at Old Trafford. Thank you very much, everyone.
Oh, I've just seen the... Yeah, it's an obvious restart. It's a subjective one. I think it would need thorough stewarding rather than
Whoa!
just.
Oh, sorry,
Go on.
sorry. Hearts just hit the bar. Oh my goodness me. How the hell they not scored? I'll never know. They just absolutely smashed it off the bar though. Jesus Christ. That's okay. This is not looking good so far. I'll tell you that much. Chip Butler's made a wonder save and it's up to the player at the edge of the box. He's absolutely smashed the bar. Oh Jesus.
Jesus Christ.
Don't worry, everyone. We'll do our best to get it going quickly
Yeah.
and efficiently. We're trying our best. Bit of a confusion at the moment. I think it's a restart, but everyone's saying why is it a restart? But we are gonna be doing a restart anyway. Though, if you want to jump into the Liam Bumixon channel, he is on a supercar hot lap, which
Whoa.
is a testimony towards what is. If you realize every WRC division restart, Liam Bowman does a supercar hot lap, and last week he actually did get the Abu Dhabi world record in supercars. So if you want to see him try and beat that, feel free to go and join his stream as well if you're bored.
Right, back in a minute, guys. We'll just jump over to the back shortly screen while we have a look at this. Welcome back, guys, to AEC. It's the finale of Tier S. It's the championship fight that we have all been waiting for. We are sorry for this brief intermission, but if we've had to have a restart, Ted gets a qualifying ban. They got the qualifying ban. If I place the penalty, then we have to restart. It was a subjective one anyway, so you have to say potentially the right thing to restart. Again, a difficult decision for the admins to make. That aside, the admin work indeed. It is time, of course, for us to get back in the race very shortly indeed.
Sorry.
Are you alright, Ross?
Rangers. Sorry, it's Rangers. Sorry. I interrupted. Sorry.
You can celebrate if you like.
Yeah. Yes. Also, I'm more happy that Forest is getting beat, Joseph. Am I right, Joseph?
What's the score?
Sorry, is that they're gonna be 2-0 half time.
Anyway, I was aware the music was going. It was like you know when they finish playing a song on the radio and they go, "Hope you enjoyed that one, guys. Get your requests and dedications in. It's the news in 5 minutes. Here on Capital."
This is not Capital, this is ECF one. This is ECF
It's not Capital Radio. It's not. I think they're only in the East Midlands, which might be a bit biased of me, but
Capital.
Are they everywhere?
They're
I
everywhere.
swear they have regional
I
stations.
listened to them
Are
today.
they? Oh, okay. I think they have regional stations though, because I remember the geeks were always. I don't know. They've branched out for recently. Anyway, less radio, more gaming. Perhaps we're still waiting on the ready up call. An update: we have lost Cam. It was fixing. There's no doubt about that. So I think it's best to be safe than sorry going into this one.
Yeah, why ruin a good championship fight when how good it really could be? But I feel to jump onto the standings, Joe, so we can just remind the people of just how close of a championship we have actually got tonight once more. That pole position to Novice Racing does mean that their 5-point lead now jumps to a 6-point lead. It was going to go to a 4 after Gabor looked positive for a pole position, but Nick and Bowman in the end, controversially, maybe Nick may have got a little bit of help, but in the end I do think that Nick probably would have been around P2, P3 anyway. But yes, you can see Novice Racing lead the way, 458 points. Bunga Racing Team, 452. How close it is and how close it really is indeed. Team Shizou comfortably have secured 3rd place. So have Top Tier Motorsport confirmed themselves in 4th place. So have FRT in 5th place. So championship fight really is all that matters. Let's just hope that everyone else is ready to have a proper race and no one gets involved in this.
Absolutely. I mean, what did we have last season? We had 3 safety cars, I think. It was an NRX PSR title fight. Every driver finished in the points, of course. Wilson dominated, winning by 10 seconds. Nick picked up a time penalty. 5 seconds. It was only enough to drop in 1 position, so not enough to really influence the championship at all. Liam Bowman was disqualified for VSR, so, maybe... No, not what he wants tonight. I think he was spun on the infield, if my mind serves me correctly. I'm sure I've got a clip of it somewhere, but it was a massive crash off the start, down that back straight, in towards turn 6 and 7. Hopefully no repeat of that. As I say, it's twilight time here in Abu Dhabi. The sun setting, of course, in this realistic time of day setting. A reminder, Novus Racing 458 points following their pole point. Bunga Racing Team on 452. 6 points is the gap. We'll keep you updated with the live standings throughout the course of this race. But, of course, we want to hear predictions. Will it finish an NVR 1-2? How will Furious recover? So many different possibilities coming into this one.
So many other possibilities, so many different strategies we should point out as well. Soft medium, definitely doable. It's a hard medium, better. Well, that is for the drivers to pick. I can see at the back though, TTM Stonks and Kenzie FEP have selected the soft compound of tyre. 2 medium ones at the front with MVR, Nick and Liam, but we could be a late change to a soft or a hard, let's find out. But Venom, Gabor, Dabo, the typical Phoenix and Justin in that 4th to 8th have all selected the hard compound of tyre. So hard's looking favoured so far, but we need to wait and see what they select as they go to the line.
Absolutely. I don't quite know how long we've got until the race starts here. Of course, it's just an absolute surprise for us. Race director, again, it's looking like a bit of a mix at the moment, but we still could be seeing some late changes. We'll confirm that when we get the race underway. Still a lot of discussion about the cam incident, about everything that's gone on so far tonight. That's behind us, I have to say now. There's one ETE car, there's two empty garage spots for where we've lost AERT in recent weeks. Overall, it's been a difficult season. A lot to adapt and overcome in terms of lost teams, having to get people back in. Of course, the cross-play debate goes on for next season. It will be a long Christmas break, and may I also remind you guys in the AEC chat, the AEC Discord, that we will have a lot of fun coming up over Christmas as well. So it's not goodbye from today. There'll be some races potentially for some gift cards, some free money that you can spend wherever. I don't know where the gift cards will be for yet. Probably Amazon. You can buy anything on Amazon. There'll be Kahoot. There'll just be games like that as well. So please do stay tuned. Please do stay positive. Please don't fall out after tonight's race, whatever happens. Ross, quick last minute race winner prediction for you, because I can't decide.
I'll go Liam Bowman. I'll play it safe. He's yet to finish anything below
Safe.
5th. I don't think it changes. Yeah, I'll go Liam Bowman in MVR.
Our most successful driver this season. He's only raced 6 times, 1 in 4 of those races. Across MVR and BRT tonight, 23 appearances from a possible 28 for the whole season. 14 times 2 drivers, of course. So much esteem, so much experience across the 2 lineups tonight. The best they could possibly field, really. It's been quite a long hold, hasn't it? I don't know if
I think
I
it's
was
go
meant to tell them.
Let's go at 8:42, so I'm guessing right about now.
8:42.
Quick football update for the rest of the team. 1-0 Manchester United at home to Chelsea. Missed penalty from Bruno Fernandes. Scott McTominay slots home another goal for them as well.
Thank you. 8:42. If that is right, we're seconds away. We might start hearing a beep, so I wanna shut up and lock in. You know what I mean? The whole thing. I forgot to play the intro, but the intro's been a bit crap since we've lost the bum ba-dum bum 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 bum, that bit. The last time we had that was China. That was fun. I like writing the intros. Here we go then. It is title finale time in AEC Tier S, and it's an all Novus Racing front row lockout. It's a drive-through penalties for Furious. Oh my word, that is significant as we're away and racing in Yas Marina. Nick holds the lead then, going into the first corner. Liam Bowman in behind. They maintain their 1-2 position going through the first corner. Through turn 2 and 3, Kenzie FEP has retired, and that's an immediate safety car.
Oh my goodness me, I've followed on from the back. I was watching with Fury, see what happened. He broke so early for turn 1, Easton's actually went straight on, and he's just put the full throttle on the second gear and bent at the wall. So well done, Kenzie. I really hope that, I actually hope that you're proud of yourself for that one, because no one else is. That was pointless. But nevertheless though, every single driver on a hard compound of tyres except TTM stonks at the back. Think about making up positions, trying to help out his teammate TTM Placky a little bit more in securing that driver's title from Furious, who now has to serve that drive-through penalty, and he can't even serve it now, Joseph.
I'm quite sad, actually. Because word is, Furious has reacted to Kenzie, who's jumped the start, and it's such an easy thing to do, but, you know, when there's an element of purpose to it, it becomes a completely different story. If it was an accident, but hardly a coincidence, is it? Well, that just makes my life so much more boring for the next 45 minutes, but, you know, that's 2 cases. I really don't want it to end in the manner that it has to. I mean, if everybody stays out, it's not the end of the world, but people are going to pit. It's an advantageous free pit stop. Furious cannot serve his drive-through, so it'll just be a fresh set of tyres. For our Drivers' Championship leader, may I remind you that that's an 11-point deficit that Placky is looking to close tonight. They both pit at the same time, along with Bobbert and Easton. Yeah, our big build-up, hopefully not ruined, but we've seen some drivers come in now, Ross, and take advantage of that, which are in their rights to do.
Yeah, medium looks to be the tyre strategy going forward for some of these drivers. I think that's pretty sensible. To be honest with you, you might as well get the benefit of the better tyre compound for the next 10 or so laps. Ride them out for as long as possible, possibly jump back onto a set of softs, mind you. It was a restart, so they all have fresh set of soft tyres to put on. So yeah, as you said, I really hope that this isn't the end of what could have been such a promising race. But at the front though, MVR Nick and Liam Bowman still in there. Shazoo Venom separating VRT Gabor from the two MVR drivers ahead. Realistically, Gabor needs a helping hand here from Venom. He really needs to try and think about trying to just keep that gap to Nick and Bowman close. Hopefully he can and keep it interesting for BRT, because obviously now Furious, after this safety car, is going to have to pit once again onto what might be a hard compound tyre, maybe a soft. I'm not sure what to expect from just yet.
Yeah, I don't know what to expect at all now. I mean, we've got 16 cars out there. There are 14 points paying positions. One thing's for certain, Furious will drop to the 16th and final position at the moment. For those of you asking why Furious's drive-through penalty hasn't served, it is a real-life Formula 1 rule. You cannot serve it under safety car or virtual safety car conditions. So he's got to do it under the first full green flag lap, I think it is, because I don't think you can do it as the safety car comes in either.
No,
I've never been 100% sure on that one.
You can serve it as the safety car comes in. Just
you can.
The safety car has to be in first, so you can't follow it in.
Yes, okay.
I think that's the only rule. Joseph, you said your life is obviously going to be drawn a little bit sadder. Do you want to get a little bit happier just for a slight moment here?
Fulham scored again.
Fulham have made it 3-0 against.
Yes! I'm back. I'm alive. All of a sudden. Forest are going down. Leicester going up.
Raul Jimenez double for Fulham with an Alex Iwobi. Alex Iwobi goal as well. Yeah, that was not what I meant to say, but. Aston Villa holding on to that 0-0 draw at Villa Park currently with Manchester City, a big one in the title fight as well, in the Premier League.
I mean, don't switch this off yet, guys, and put on Amazon Prime Video. We do not want you to do that. We can very much see everything kick off here. I mean, Nick and Bowman, two interesting creatures, you have to say, that walk on planet Earth among us somewhere. I have to say, though, I'm quite impressed. The diversity in this top three, they're all autistic. They're all autistic. I'm quite pleased for these guys.
It sounds like you're being very mean, but just to clarify, Nick, Bowman and Venom all actually do have autism before anyone actually jumps on the bandwagon. I'm trying to cancel
I'm not trying to be cancelled.
Oh my goodness me. Anyway, safety car in at the end of this lap, starting off lap number 4. PR Furious will surely peel into the pit lane early on and remove that very unfortunate drive-through penalty. A lot of controversy going on, say blaming Kenzie FEP, blaming anyone, but yeah, unfortunately for Furious, his work has been made a lot harder now. But Nick and Bowman getting us on the go for what will be the start of lap number 4.
Harry Jenner's claiming he has the A word that I mentioned. That I don't want to say too much because it feels like I'll rinse the joke, but yeah, we're just going to have some self-diagnosis now in the chat. We don't encourage that. Everybody is beautiful in their own way. The sunset's quite beautiful, I'll tell you that. Will the racing be, as we go on now for 26 more laps here in Abu Dhabi? Time will soon tell. NVR Nick leads us away at the start of lap 4. Liam Bowman in behind. Will Furious take his drive-through? No, he hasn't. I'm not sure if he'll try and stretch the 3 laps or, I don't know, come in at the end of this one. It's a difficult dilemma either way. Nick, though, extends his advantage to 0.8 of a second, but Bowman will still have the DRS when it is enabled 3 laps after the safety car comes in. Down the inside goes an Alpine, that's TTM Stokes on Weeze F1. He started on the softs, hardly have got any wear on them following that safety car period. Weeze will try and fight this one back though. Hard versus soft tyres on the run down now towards turn 6. Will anybody else go for the dive bomb? Seen big crashes here in the past here in AEC, but it doesn't look like that's the case. Stonks goes flying down the inside of the other Haas there of Simba Rocks 1, almost make it contact there as he makes the apex, then gets the overspeed with the ERS available to him. And by turn 9, he's P9, Ross.
Yeah, Stonks making the softs work early, as you should. He got to burn that battery, get past these drivers, make that tyre advantage that he's got for now work, because sooner or later the soft tyres are going to be a lot worse than the hard or the medium. But yeah, a lot of tossing to talk there as well, but can Furious stay for any longer? But I'm not sure it's worth the risk, honestly, because the game can be a little bit messed up in terms of what laps are being served and what laps aren't. AMS James has let ESC Bobbers by on the medium compound tyre. I used to say PR Furious, unfortunately, very much unfortunately, pulls into the pit lane and will be serving that drive-through penalty.
Fastest lap for Stonks. He's making his way up the order now. Just missed it, but he's into P8. Who's that going wide on the exit? I think it was AMS James. I don't think he's got a point to his name. He's had, again, some lag issues, much like the likes of Nick, and he actually had a half spin, maybe a full spin, coming down through turn 3 and onwards to turn 4 and 5 now as well. So he's got some catching up to do. Furious, certainly, you can just about triple that gap between Furious and James. And here comes TTM Placky as he continues his fight for the driver's title. He wants to win it. He's raced in all 14 rounds this season, which is, of course, a massive factor. We have to say the work that he's put in for TTM. Really, this being his main race per week, but it's still good to see him here in the scene in general.
Yeah, of course, obviously after PSR shot, no one was really sure what was going to happen. Some of them quit, some of them moved on. Like some Nick going to MVR. But Stonks moved back to his old team of TTM, and well, things have been working pretty well for him so far, as I got to say. Placky still being in there as in P12, but as you said, Stonks in the soft tyre, I have to say, looking pretty good so far. Yes, he's burned, but 70% of that battery currently, but that will keep going down as he tries to get past FRT Typical up next on his hit list. DRS now enabled though. Nick and Bowman are going to try and work together, try and pull that gap to Venom, I presume, and see if they can break that DRS rate, which, if they do, could be really, really crucial for confirming their title.
It could be indeed 9/10 now. Nick will want to hold Bowman so they don't lose points and maybe start slipping down the order, of course. Yeah, and Bowman does have the DRS available to him. Lap 4, lap 5, now lap 6. That's the third lap after the safety car came in. That does mean we have DRS available to the drivers now. Placky's gone up the inside of Simba Rocks 1. Easton... excuse me, I think did the same there on Wheeze as well. So FGE sucking up a little bit of pain at the moment on the hard tyres for both of them. Typical and Justin are going side by side. Let's have a look, see what's happening between them. Justin, and there goes Typical up the inside, almost straight on the corner actually, and gave Justin, not in FRT now of course, in AMS, but the two FRT gamer tags still going side by side here. Will Typical try and hold it around the outside at turn 9. Justin's going to try and hold it up the inside, and I think he'll want to try and take some revenge here. Good stuff there by AMS. Justin slides himself up into P6, a crucial move on a car with the same compound of tyres on, but can he stay within that DRS of David?
Yeah, no, that's what I was going to say. They're losing crucial time to the cars ahead. Typical possibly could have backed out at the hairpin. I thought he was around the outside at a corner where it's not really seamlessly matched for Verstappen. And Lewis Hamilton has, what you said, Lewis Hamilton having to straight line the corner. Controversial not getting a penalty. I got to presume they said he gave all the time back, but Typical battled away with AMS Justin. Justin has come away off nicely ahead, but he's been off the track there at turn number 1. He still carries on, no 5.5 tenths back as Typical. He's good thinking about the move. Once again, going down to the hairpin with TTM Stonks in the back of him now. He gets the inside line early. Oh, it's off compound of tyre. They're still being a very good range up the inside. He goes on that Alfa Tauri car. The grip is incredible on those softs, and well, it's P7 for TTM Stonks.
Car van dividing. Oh, sorry, we're not breaking into songs about a Dutch driver that did that once upon a time. No, we're not. Okay, Bobbins up the inside on TTM Stonks. He's going to lose a couple positions here, actually, with the lack of DRS, and Bobbins has got him for traction. Softs versus medium. Soft's not working in his favour now for TTM Stonks. He pulls out of the slipstream. Bobbles will hold on to that position, and he's up into 7th. Let's take a look at the position changes. Stonks is up 8. Yes, he's on the soft tyres. He's turned that qualifying ban that he didn't actually have into something rather good so far in this race.
Stonks wanted to create a fairer competition for the field. I highly respect that of him for what he thought he had a qualifying ban. He's at 3 points taken off his name already. But, you know, and the qualifying ban onto it was just something top 10 respectful, which you got to say in AEC for giving other drivers a chance at qualifying high up. Anyway, though, starting off lap number 8, MVR Nick and Liam Bowman still lead the way very much comfortably at the front, both of them with practically a full battery with Venom as well and Gabor still in that train for the front four. Gabor, though, much closer to the Venom as we have seen in the past few laps. Could it be a move for P3, try and promote himself up and get him a couple of moves done, possibly on Liam Bowman and NVR Nick? He knows how crucial it is to get those moves done. They're 6 points behind currently. If it gets any bigger, well, looking like it could be the end of their title fight. But I must say, Joseph, Furious has caught up quite a bit of time.
Yeah, you know what, fair enough. Now 5 seconds behind James, of course, fastest lap to his name in that clean air. Here comes Bobbitt's on Justin, he's made the move. Oh, AlphaTauri there pulling out, as did the Alpine of Stonks to try and cover him off. Almost having a little bit of an unexpected concertina, all arriving into the same place at turn number 6, but they avoided contact. Is Stonks going to try and overtake Justin here? He's burning every last bit of battery as the Dutch driver, and he's going to make another move down the inside. He sort of drifts his way into turn 9, but brilliant car control, you have to say. There's contact on the apex as Justin tries to hang it around the outside. It'll turn into the inside. There's not much room for him. Some more contact as that front wing taps Stonks' rear right tyre. You have to say, fair game by the both of them. Such a high-speed section of track to keep it pinned side by side. Lap 8, Stonks has 7th. Justin down a position there into 8th. No real change at the front, as I say. I mean, I looked at those positional gains. The top 5 stay intact.
Yeah, no, top 5 haven't moved a single bit. Able to pick up the inside at turn number 1. Not a usual overtaking place. Justin back off the track at turn 1. He's holding that position on the outside, though, and gets that position back. Was it fair from Typical? Was it wild from Typical? But Typical getting all over the back from Plackey on the medium competition.
What's he doing?
Justin's holding him back. What is going on there? So Justin Typical, and also gets Simmerocks 1 on the inside as well. TF10 Phoenix having some problems. It's a 5-car battle here for only P8 on track. Currently, Phoenix getting overtaken out by Stonks. Typical's going to get past. Look at TT and Blackie. We're on the outside of the ball. Great use of the DRS there. It could be 3 wide onto the corner. It's almost Justin's through on the inside. Blackie's going to hold himself on the inside on the medium comp on the tyre. Justin's off the track again. Simmerocks 1 planning that overtake for 10th place. Now Justin gets overtaken, and that is 4 positions lost for Justin. I'm going to make it 5 positions lost for Justin. That's TF10 Phoenix burning his battery, and he's lost.
Oh, they clash!
Oh my god!
Oh!
TTM Blackie's been wiped out as well. Oh my goodness me. Sorry, Joseph. I cannot believe it.
Oh no. Oh, mental. Absolutely mental down there at turn 9. There was too much for me to process in my tiny brain all in that one moment. But Phoenix and Plackey, as you can see, did take the pain. Furious, well, advantage, you have to say. Now in the Drivers' Championship, there's one saving grace for him. In this final round, of course. Reminder, Furious leading the Drivers' Championship by 11 points. Not that they really care, considering they're on the verge of losing the team's championship here tonight. There's a front wing change for Justin. He's going on to soft, so he'll have to pit again. There's no way he can do 20 laps on those tyres. Furious is promoted a position. He's 1.3 seconds away now from the points. Game on, guys, game on.
Yeah, I've got to say, remarkable pace. Yes, he's got no battery, but it's sacrifices you have to make to get that time back. Well, yes, he's still 4.5 seconds off the pack, which is where TT and Plackey is in P12. The comeback has been really incredible from Furious. We know how fast he is. Obviously, top of the driver's standings. Currently still holding that out, as Plackey won't be scoring enough points to overtake him currently. But maybe the luck of one safety car for Furious invites him right back into this race. And I'll tell you what, it's heating up at the front a bit more, Joseph, as Venom and Gabor might be planning, you know what, pit stop's coming soon. I might try to get past now.
Absolutely. Look how tight it's getting at the top. Say pit window around lap 14 for the hard guys, maybe around 12 or something, or whatever Bobbitt's fancies there. Potentially going to try for an undercut in 6th. Could mix up this order a little bit. I'm sure he's planning something with Venom, maybe trying to steal the winning honours on the final round of AEC TRS. Carsey's saying a worthy finale. I don't quite know what he's replying to because I can't see the full thing on my light stream, but either way, Abu Dhabi over the last 2 seasons, hasn't it just caused chaos? I mean, it's been the centre of controversy in F1, more controversy in the sport today regarding the 9 teams and whatnot, rejecting the fact that they might have complained. So a bit of insider FIA, FOM situation, the sport could completely change in a week or two. We might not know it, but this is just sort of epitomising that story at the moment. Nick and Bowman 1 and 2, dominant. They have been so often as teammates together. I wouldn't say dominant overall this season because, of course, it's only a 6-point gap. But, I mean, what can you do when the news has just been pretty bleak all day for F1? Let's have a bad race, shall we? No, it's good. I'm quite pleased with how it settles out to become, and Wheeze and Simba Rocks beginning their FG comeback down the inside. Oh, it was around the outside actually went Wheeze. He's going to try and hold it. Will Typical allow him the space? Off the track slightly goes Wheeze. I think that was on his own accord, but up the inside at turn 10, squeezes his way through. Nice move.
Yeah, strong move there from Wheeze. Typical, as you said, didn't leave him maybe just slightly not enough space, but Wheeze on the other hand, great move around the outside, very brave to hold it around there, and yeah, up into P8 he goes. Live score update though for you, Joseph. Chelsea have equalised at Old Trafford. It is 1-1. Goal scorer being, I actually don't know who the goal scorer is, I'm not even going to check. It's Cole Palmer once again for Chelsea FC. TTM stonks though. On the other hand, that's called into the pit lane. A medium compound tyre, that's 17 laps on medium compound tyres he's going to be doing. The hard runners will soon be reacting to that. As soon as Gabor making a little bit of a mistake there, going into at the end of sector 1, really close to a massive slide for that corner, but he keeps it going straight. Luckily, David has managed to close up that gap there. But ESV Boberts, Joseph, on his medium compound tyres are a little bit fresher. He's not really closing up the gap.
Yeah, he has pit already in this one, so of course he will have to pit again. Those tyres won't go the distance, and of course he will have another fresh set of mediums available following the restart. He has gone, let's just confirm it from the start of this race, hard medium, and again another set of mediums in line with the other guys wouldn't be too shabby, but I think it's just the lack of DRS that's costing him some consistency at the moment. Simba Rocks 1 overtaking Wheeze. Typical got Simba, so a couple changes there. Wheeze now the rear gunner for FG, currently sitting 8th and 9th in the moment, and out of all of our active teams they are 7th in this championship. FRT have secured 6th, TTM will finish 5th. That's not fully confirmed, of course. They'd need a 1-2 FRT, but I doubt that will happen at this stage. So basically 5th for TTM, 4th for TTM, 5th for FRT, 6th for FGE, 7th for TF10, but that is only a 7-point gap. ETE, a long way back, and they've lost to drivers. They will finish 8th out of the active teams. AMS will finish 9th. We have had 14, of course, all season. We lost AERT. They weren't replaced, which is why I'm getting so confused with myself, but that is pretty much a state of play. It's really only out in front we're looking at.
Yeah, out in front still, only thing that matters. Nothing has happened. This whole of the front pack, no changes. No one going for any overtakes. It has simply been the same top 5 since lap number 1. Furious it's now almost catching up to the train. He's only 1 second off of TTM Placky, which is really quite remarkable to see. Furious really showing a good show of raw pace, and now no DRS or anything to really help him. Just kind of burned his battery and now caught up to, like a TTM Placky is, Drivers' Championship rival should be saying. So even getting this move done is pretty crucial for him.
Yeah, absolutely. Furious into 12th championship-wise. Placky into 11th here, and they're only separated on track by 0.8 of a second. Same strategy, by the way. I think Placky sustained some damage, not entirely visible, following the collision and the pretty hard hit at turn 9, you have to say. But Furious will be, just looking to secure his own individual honour tonight, and I don't know how he'll feel about it. Maybe he'll speak to us after the race, but last season we interviewed Rusty after he clinched a title and went, yeah, it's just about securing the title now for NRX. And they only lasted 1 race to NRX at the start of this season, so how times have changed, haven't they?
How times have changed, Joseph. How times have changed down at the Fulham Stadium as well. It's 4-0 to Fulham against Nottingham Forest on a good Wednesday night. Big battle now going on at the front though, Joseph. Dawood was kind of close to Gapor there. This could be a bit of a game changer right about now. We could see, hopefully, maybe some sort of movement, but once again, it's not.
That's a move!
There's a move!
Yay!
Liam Coleman takes lead in the race on lap 14 from a teammate, Envy on Nick.
Oh my words. We've seen an overtake at the front of the field. Yes, it's between teammates, but it's the first one in the top 5 all race. since lap 1. They've been absolutely rooted to their positions. Finally, we've seen a bit of change. Does this maybe indicate who's going to come in first? Because the pit window is now open for the hard runners. Will Liam Bowman dive into the pit lane? No, he won't. Nick won't. Venom won't. Gabble won't. David won't. So the top 5 still staying out at this stage. Bobberts is coming in. He's going to try and undercut himself back into this train. And he is going to go, you'd think, onto another set of medium tyres.
Yeah, that would probably be the most logical decision. Obviously, the medium would be still a very viable strategy, gain the places that you wanted to gain after making that pit stop. And yes, medium compound tyre. Selected on that Williams car, TTM Plackey with the fastest, TTM Stonks, I say, sorry, with the fastest lap on the race on his fresh medium compound tyre. Both Dutch, both TTM. It makes sense, doesn't it? Furious though, he's right on the back of TTM Plackey right about now. Both of them on the same medium compound tyre. Stonks on the other hand though, he's going to be able to try and get past both of these drivers cleanly with the fresh compound he's got on now.
I was going to go forward just there momentarily because I thought that Gabor was going to make a move on Venom. Let's have a look at Furious. He's coming, but how quickly is he coming? Not very. He's lifting off the throttle and will go for the move instead into turn 9. We've got another move at the front of the field, ladies and gentlemen. It's NVR Nick that retakes the lead of this race. You'd think maybe one of these top 5 will come into the pit lane at some point. TTM Stonks in that battle, and he's overtaken his teammate Plackey as well. Stonks going the long way round on PR Furious, so Furious completely neutralised there by the 2 TTM driver. Simbarox one ahead of Typical. They're about 10 seconds off this lead pack at the moment. ESV Bobbert stuck behind James, so his undercut will be less effective. No speeding coming into the pit lane, but Nick, Gabor, David all in. Bowman and Venom staying out for another.
Yeah, Venom and Liam Bowman staying out. Also, Liam Bowman having to stay out due to MVR Nick making that pit stop. He had the priority after overtaking Liam Bowman, but now Bowman can have a little bit of a free bit of clean air in front of him. Tries to even gain any more on Shazoo Venom. He's probably going to try and just stick in, burn what he can, and see if he can gain any positions off the start. Typical staying out there. And third place, David also pit under that safety car along with Gabor. So they have, crucially though, Joseph, came out behind TTM Stonks. Stonks is now in the net lead, but with 4-lap older tyres, it's going to be a hard ask for them once these drivers do catch the likes of Nick, the likes of Gabor, Bobbers and Dawood as well. But possibly, Joseph, TTM Plackey could be a helping hand here.
Yeah, he might be. He'd need to get past Furious, I think, and then start the hold-up process. He's way too late on the brakes. That is not going to help him by any means. Nick goes straight through. So Plackey has got that all wrong in terms of trying to help out his teammate here. Wheater's got ahead of Typical. Venom leads for the first time tonight. He overtakes Liam Bowman. I think that was in towards turn number 9. It's a purple middle sector for Nick on the fresh tyres. Oh my.
Okay, well that was
right.
Yeah, that's not good for Furious. I need to say it straight here. That's not, you can't be doing that. That's not the way to go forward, unfortunately. I need to be honest and say that it's someone that doesn't want to see any bad racing there, especially for like the championship. Furious, that was dangerous because Nick really could have killed him there, and they could have been the whole, Nick took me out, whatever. But yeah, no, that wasn't good.
I won't comment further. Anyway, Venom and Bowman have been into the pit lane. I shouldn't laugh. I'm an admin. I've been sick of what I've been seeing at times this season. Most of it's been brilliant, but when it boils over, it's not great. Furious and Bowman were neck and neck on the pit exit. Here comes PR Furious. He's got to go down the inside, hasn't he? He's got to try and stop NVR any opportunity. Pinches himself on the inside. It looked a little bit half-hearted, you have to say, and he's going to pay the price and getting overtaken there by Bobberts as well. Furious, to be fair, for BRT now, it's win by any means necessary, and you can understand how frustrated they are following, you have to say, alleged fixing at the start of this race, but it's a different story now. It's happened.
Yeah, time has passed now. They've had the chance to try and bring it back, and unfortunately, it's not looking good for them. Quick as Shazoo Venom on the outside now of BRT Gabor, as it was at the start of the race. Venom on the outside, so confident, so much grip, and well, that overcut from Venom has worked tremendously. He's now back ahead of Gabor and chasing down NVR Nick for what could be Shazoo's only one of the season, and they can join the other 3 teams and being the only, is it 2 or 3? 2 teams that have only won a race this season.
3 teams.
3 teams. Goodness me, that's
Shazoo BRT, NVR.
Yes. Was it M Racer? I think I remember it now.
M Racer Suzuka 0.006.
Yes, my bad. Sorry.
Here we go.
Chat.
That was Nick on Easton, just on the exit of turn 1. Crucial move to make there on the inside of turn 2. Into the pit lane comes Wheeze and Furious now as well. Wheeze led the race there briefly. Don't think I've ignored that one. Big moment there for FG, leading some more laps this season. I feel like they did in China. I think that was a Trey RT strategy masterclass there at some point in that race, but that might have been something completely different. I don't know, but we don't count the laps led. Maybe it's something we should do because, well, I think every team would actually have a chance to be on there. Other than that, though, it's a massive train. First through 9th at the moment. Nick has cleared Stonks. He's going to clear FRT Typical. And it's side by side here. Typical's got some good straight line speed on the inside. Backs out. Stonks goes a long way round. Typical again, forgetting where the corner is and missing that one. Easton does the switchback. Here comes Shazoo Venom there on the outside as well. I thought he was going to try and sneak past Gabor, but Typical in doing that has gone from 2nd to 6th and now is really in the filling of this train. That's Easton, who's yet to pit. Gabor does the switchback on him and does manage to creep through. My word, there is some action going on in this train. Easton comes into the pit lane, realises that his tyres have had enough. Liam Bowman here in 5th behind Venom. Of course, Stonks there, a major obstacle on those more worn medium tyres.
Yeah, no, the worn mediums are not really able to hold up for now. But yeah, as you said, Stonks 7-lap old mediums, BRT Gabor 3-lap old mediums. The 4-lap old mediums should be maybe about a 10% difference compared to what the other, maybe more. I'm not 100% sure on the Abu Dhabi tyre wear, but yeah, it's a tough fast for Stonks to hold off like Gabor, Venom, Liam Bowman, whatever it is. But I'm sure Liam Bowman and Nick won't be bothered about where Liam Bowman is currently. And he knows that if he just tries to get this move done, as he goes on the inside and see Venom hit the back of BRT Gabor. Venom should have hold the inside line. Liam Bowman, after a fantastic send into the hairpin, round the outside he went. And that is a great move from the Scotsman. He's up in the P4, chasing down that podium place.
Absolutely, and Gabor is ahead of Stonks. Crucial move there as BRT continue to try and hold on to whatever hope they've got left, I think, following the events here this evening. Liam Bowman almost touching the back of Stonks. Will he try and go down the inside? Oh, it looked like it into turn number 11. Through 12 and 13 now, the hotel section. They disappear from shot momentarily and then re-emerge. Harbour side here on the man-made Yas Island, home, of course, to Ferrari World as well. A multi-million-dollar complex here. It's become a home of controversy. It's become home of dull racing, but its renovation have given it just that little bit of life as Bowman utilises it to perfection down the inside of turn 1 on Stonks, and he had a bit of a slide coming off the exit there. A lethal exit curb, you have to say, especially as the cars are run so low down to the ground. Action continues. Venom and Bobberts might be about to be going side by side. Venom goes up the inside of Stonks, and he will now be in the best position to try and overtake Liam Bowman, who doesn't have DRS on Gabor. Bobberts on the exit as well, looking to become the second Shazoo car to overtake the pretty stricken Alpine at the moment. David flies through on all of them. He's bump drafting Shazoo Venom for a spot into 4th. There is a podium race on here for FRT. Just what they want, I think, in this final round.
Why not go for it? Nothing to lose. You're guaranteed 5th. Let's just have a bit of fun. FRT Darwin. What a send on the inside, mind you. He got that line early, got those moves done, and now he's up into 5th place, looking to get ahead of Shazoo Venom. He's only got 1 lap older tyre, so the difference won't be massive. But otherwise, over the Stonks, who's now, as you said, been absolutely swallowed up on those old medium compound tyres. I mean, the only one on the soft tyre at the start really did not help him. And now he's dropped all the way back into P7 and could be further if Simba Rocks can catch up. It may be a bit too far. So Stonks looks like a good P7 though for TTM. Was it worth a 10-point deduction? I'm not so sure.
No. No, it wasn't. Anyway, Phoenix is off the track. He's been overtaken by Justin. There's only penalties for those two guys, both 3 seconds, both 22 seconds off the rear of the pack at the moment. Furious is in the points, if that offers any hope. He's got to overtake Typical, and then up the road, Placky, Easton, and Wheeze all within touching distance. James as well, you could argue. Then the gaps really start to grow. Any hope would have to be a safety car, I'm afraid, in these final 9 laps. But when the cars are at times sporadic and There's not many of them, down to 16, which is, I think, our lowest considering all factors this season. 16 if you include Kenzie, because God knows why he was here anyway. Yeah, it's been a pretty empty race in that regard. James on Placky, James backing out on that one. Wee's got ahead of Easton in that fight for P9. But the top three, the gaps have started to open up now. Nick, our pole sitter, still continues to lead. He had first dibs in the pit stop. Bowman looking to utilise those one lap fresher medium tyres to make this an NVR 1-2 to see out the season.
Yeah, that is literally all they have to do right about now. Gabor's in second. He's doing the best that he possibly can, using all his battery. He's got Liam Bowen behind, pummeling him, doing his best and trying to see if he can get that second place to confirm the Novice Racing 1-2 and confirm that AEC TRS title and go up alongside Nexus Racing, being the only two teams to win AEC TRS. FRT Dawood currently still there in 5th place, still chasing down what could be a very strong finish for FRT in the final race of the season. They can't move up from 5th, but they'll be happy with a 5th place for Dawood. Boberts as well, trying to make it competitive for Shizou, who've confirmed 3rd place. So yeah, just other than the front battle between Novice Racing and BRT, not much can change other than that. Fury is now down in 13th place, chasing an FRT typical for 12th.
Yeah, I also regret to sort of confirm that prize pool wise, I still have absolutely no idea what's going on, I'm afraid. You know, I've asked the admins just to double check, and unfortunately they can only give me the same response at the moment. So hopefully, you know, I don't want anybody to feel like anything's gone to waste here tonight. It absolutely hasn't, and I'm sure for the most part BRT, NVR, Shizou have all enjoyed their titanic battles at times over the course of the season. Hopefully they can get a reward in doing so. We have 7 laps to go when NVR Nick, our race leader, crosses the line. BRT Gabble in second. Liam Bowman now starting to apply that pressure, but he's still got Venom and David. Fair play to them too, actually, sticking with him. David, of course, formerly Risks, podium sitter. Back in the mini-series, I do believe. That was at Great Britain. Fantastic race that was. It was an FRT then, had a move over to TF10, now back in the team that really shone his name up there, and is looking to finish the season ever so strongly. Will we see a move here? Here comes Liam Bowman. DRS open now. They don't usually fancy it. Down in towards turn number 8. Turn number 6. God, I'm losing the old layout in my head here. Used to be turn number 8, I think. But no move to be made. He'll stay behind for the second DRS detection point. Underneath on the overhead bridges there goes. The fans wave past the F2 support paddock on the right hand side. Liam Bowman is coming, and he's coming too quickly for BRT Gabor, who just has to sit and watch and accept that their championship hopes are, of course, continuing to fade away here tonight. So great battle on our hands for P2, but BRT Gabor knows that no risk needs to be taken.
Yeah, of course, PRT, they've just seen it slip away from them every single lap. They now takes down Gabor, and they drop 4 tenths on Liam Bowman in that 3rd sector. There's been a big battle here at the back between FRT Justin and TF10 Phoenix. There's no points to be fought for here, but why not? Why not just go for it? Phoenix on the outside now into the hairpin. You can see him on the inside with an FRT Justin. They go nicely. Phoenix on the inside. Justin is on the outside now. It's such a heavy battle. So much contact in between them at the hairpin. They still carry on. Justin and Phoenix all the way down the straight. I can't believe what I'm seeing for a P15 on the track. They both want it badly. I think it's more of an ego battle, trying to see who can beat each other. But just around the midfield pack, Furious been typical, and now Phoenix made the mistake, and Justin is through into P15.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, just a couple of confirmations of what is going on in the chat. Yeah, I didn't know whether I could or not say the name, but I think everybody sort of knew anyway. I understand it's a little bit sensitive with, you know, what's gone on in the recent weeks and months. So we'll try and settle it. We'll try and make sure that things can be done properly. A long Christmas break is planned, so there is not going to be any rush at all with regards to next season. Everyone can have a little bit of time off away from AEC. Your Wednesday nights are going to be free to watch Sky Bet EFL Championship football from next week, which is what I'll be doing. I'm very happy to say that. Easton up into P8. Good race from the lone ETE man, following his teammate Cam being technically disqualified from proceedings here tonight for attempted fixing, you have to say. Kenzie FEP also on that potential shortlist for drivers that have chosen to do that, but that is a completely different argument. My batteries are low. Hopefully they'll survive the remaining 5 laps of this race, but don't worry, I actually have some on standby tonight.
Very helpful, Joseph, because I've got some very exciting news for you. It's 5-0 Fulham. In the 86th minute, Tom Kearney makes it 5-2 Fulham. That is very unfortunate for Oliver Crisp. Tonight, anyway, back onto the track. MVR Nick is 2.3 seconds clear of his teammate Liam Bowen. BRT Gabor knows it's a hopeless fight ahead of him. He can't do much, but even if he does take out Liam Bowman, it is all over for Bunker Racing Team. We have 4 more laps to go in this race. So the last TRS season of the year, Nexus Racing confirmed their title early a couple of months ago, and now it's looking to be passed on the reins to Novice Racing, arguably the strongest team on Xbox right now in the scene. I tell you what they're looking like with Liam Bowman and MVR Nick at their yield. Gabor, and you've got to say PR Furious really could have made an impact, but that drive-through penalty at the start has really cost him this race.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I mean, him and BRT will, I think, rightly argue that the effect of Kenzie was so severe, because we see it so often. We saw the 2 NRX drivers jump the start in the, was it the Silverstone Sprint last season? So
I believe Joseph's batteries have died, people. I believe they have just died. I'm not sure what's happened yet, but I have just seen the stream. They have died, and you know, it's disappointing. It's really disappointing, because he said he's got someone standby, and it doesn't change them. It should have changed them when he had the opportunity, and now he doesn't. So I'm ripping into him now. It's getting ridiculous how many no available controller screens that we're seeing every single week. Are you back now, Joseph?
I'm here. Sorry, I've
when
lost,
will it end?
I've dropped a battery under my bed. I'll have to get it in a bit. Oh god, this is highly unprofessional. I won't be sending this to Grid Finder. Anyway. I'm back now. I'm seated. I am ready to commentate the last 3.5 laps of action. Does it start here? No, Gabor's got his DRS firmly shut. I'm sorry about that. But at least I did have some standby.
Fans are not happy with
They're
you,
not.
Joseph.
They're not. But I'm sacking myself after this. Let's just say that.
Very nice. It is 2-0 to Bournemouth in the last minute of the game. They made it 2-0 at Sellers Park. Big 3 points for the Cherries on the road. TF10 Phoenix, 3-second time penalty. That's going to be 3 more points to Bournemouth today. Another 3-second time penalty to TF10 Phoenix. Liam Bowman actually going off the track there at the final corner for the third last lap of the AEC TRS season. BRT Gabor might be planning an overtake, trying to steal a P2 for helping himself in what's been a really tough race for them, you have to say, today.
Yeah, it has indeed. I feel for them. I really do feel for everybody in the team, because it was always going to be an uphill battle with a qualifying ban, but Furious is an unbelievably capable driver, and the fact that in the end he hasn't had that opportunity to be able to fight at the front and really make this a great battle. We wouldn't have had a safety car without what happened. We would have had a completely fine race, other than I think the incident at turn 9 and whatever happened there, but I think that was just inevitable with the amount of cars. I think there was 5 involved with that battle. Furious does limit the damage and does overtake Weez F1. He's going to go down the inside, I think, on Placky as well, and I will be delighted to say, hopefully in a couple of laps, that Furious will be your driver's champion following a record equaling 3 race wins in a row. He's got the most poles this season. Wasn't able to add to that. It was Nick that got it in the end. So Furious is your pole award winner. We don't have that as such, but it's still something that he can take home from this season. Anyway, there are 2 laps remaining. Nick, as soon as he gets the opportunity to break DRS, he will continue to extend the gap, just as he did in Saudi Arabia. He loves that track. He loves the Middle Eastern tracks. He's continuing that dominance now in Abu Dhabi.
Furious, no game volume for his
Oh, that just sums it up.
Yeah, I was going to say, that
just sums it up, doesn't it?
It adds to the sorrows. You can drink away your sorrows, but I tell you what, nothing will be able to change that. Joseph, I'm really intrigued now. These last few laps, Dawood, Venom, and Gabber have been gaining ERS to Liam Bowman. They've all got the exact same ERS. They're all on around 45%. So I'm hopeful and interested to see what happens on this final lap. You see it there. A big clank in the back, you've got to say, from Shizu Venom or BRT Gabor, but luckily Gabor still going straight, didn't lose much time, and Venom now might try and think about the move overtake on Gabor for what will be the final podium place. Vizu already have their podium this season, so the BRT, FRT looking to secure another one if they can get it done today.
They can indeed. I can't remember how many podiums it was for Team Shizu this season. It was on the stats somewhere, and I'm going to have another look. Stats... team statistics, most podiums. They have 4 podiums this season. Booger Racing Team have 13. They might well add to that. But Novus Racing could equally equal it. They're on 11, BRT on 13. The podium race is coming down to the final lap. I'm saddened to say the championship fight is not, unlike in 2021, unlike last season really, where we were certain that Wilson was going to win it. We were certain that the positions the drivers were in were always bound to see NRX clinch the first ever AEC Tier S Championship. This time around it's been a different story. We've lost teams, we've had a lot coming and going. It's been a difficult one for all involved in terms of admins, in terms of stewards, in terms of controversy, in terms of the game, as F123 proves to be challenging as always. But BRT Gabble looking to, of course, limit that damage, looking to show why he is one of BRT's very best as he makes the move down the inside. But has he done so too early? Because here comes Liam Bowman, ready to fight this one back, going into turn 9. Venom's lost a load of DRS, so might not be able to compete here. Liam Bowman goes down the inside into turn 9. Gabor opens up the space because he is a respectful driver. Bowman gives him the squeeze. They bang wheels, but Gabor holds it all the way around the outside at turn number 9 and might well hold on to P2. A phenomenal effort, you have to say. A respectful fight culminating here in Abu Dhabi. But let's go onwards to NVR Nick. Another staggering, flawless performance, oh my word. He's got a penalty. He's just thrown away the race win. And Gabor will take the season finale, unbelievably. But I don't think it will be enough. I mean, that changes everything, doesn't it? That was unbelievable to say that NVR Nick, from a comfortable first, has thrown away race victory with 2 corners to go at Abu Dhabi.
I tell you what, Joseph, you point out Gabor, really bowling like it's PR furious. Very well done, my friend. P8,
astonishing.
After what it's been today, game volume issues and drive-throughs and what it's been for him. Fair play. A P8 after what's all been today for a BRT. They gave it their all. They did their best. Obviously, controversy might be added to it, but in the end, it's Novice Racing who are champions of Artemis Esports Championship Tier S. The second season goes over to Novice Racing. So very well done to the team, the Nathex, Corbin Axe, the managers, all the drivers, Liam Bowman especially, for what's been one of the most phenomenal seasons we have seen from a driver in AEC Tier S history.
Sorry, I completely got caught out by the fact that Nick just threw away that victory. But NVR are your TRS champions, and, you know, bittersweet, potentially. I'm sure they'll enjoy it, you know. Regardless, BRT will feel a little bit shit after tonight. But I tell you what, lads, you have put up an absolutely amazing fight. 2 of the best teams on the platforms now. I don't think you would have said that at the start of the game cycle, at the start of the season, you know, because of everything that's happened. Both incredibly managed, both incredibly competitive. And I have to say, you are a real credit, both of you, to the Xbox community. And, you know, an Xbox community that has, you know, taken me pretty far, and you're doing the same with your drivers. So fair play to you both, my friends. But NVR can spray the champagne alongside BRT Gabbo, who does take his second win of the season. It could have gone to Nick. It didn't, surprisingly. PR Furious as well for BRT is your team's champion this season, though finishing 20 seconds off the pace. That's about a pit stop. He made that early pit stop. He made a second pit stop alongside Bobbert, who ended up in a similar sort of boat. So you have to say, and a drive-through on top of that, by the way. So take off the drive-through, he's right in that fight. So in hindsight, what could have been a phenomenal end to this season. We will just have a few messages in a moment. We might well have a chat with our NVR winning squad. Should anybody want to be a part of that, do let me know. Here are your results. All the points finishes on screen. James takes the fastest lap. That's 3 points for his tally. And I'll tell you what, Ross. I'll tell you this. AMS needed 3 points exactly to beat Parnell Racing off the bottom of the championship. They've got 3 points. They're ahead. They are 13th now in a 10-team tournament. Well done, AMS.
Champions again, ole, ole. Champions again, ole, ole. Well, it doesn't matter. Does it matter? We won BB. No, we didn't.
Johnny goes alongside us right now.
Well, it's from QRC.
Just start speaking, lads. Just start speaking. You know what?
Are Liverpool winning?
It's champions again.
Oh yes,
Ross,
2-0.
Ross,
Come on.
Can we
Yeah,
conduct
you
some
won
proper
4-1.
interviews, please? I've got some messages to get through
How
tonight.
many goals did O get?
No!
What?
Interviews to do.
Can I do the messages
okay.
first then? Before we...
Yes, you can do some messages.
I have some messages. I did just want to start off by saying thank you to Ross, all of the co-commentators that have joined me this season. Not you, Nick, because you bottled that race. You cannot take any credit.
No. I wanted to be a co-commentator for like every racing event.
Okay, sure. No problem. You might have noticed as well, there has been a logo that has appeared in the bottom left this season. That is Loveland Designs, and I wanted to shout him out very quickly, because for what he's done all year, all of his work, for Joe Loke and his family, who won the BRDC Autosport Young Driver of the Year award. Fair play to the lads, you know, from joining me at the start of the season in AEC sporadically to what he's gone on and done on Sunday night. That is an absolutely phenomenal thing for me to go on and say. So congratulations to him. JT, Tom, all the admins, thank you. Make sure you stay tuned over Christmas. There's a race event week, there's gift cards, there's Kahoot, there's everything. Can we get to the interviews as well now? Starting with our not race winner, NVR Nick. What the hell happened?
A bit of pressure there, you know. I got warning in the pit entry actually. Didn't clip it, so can't get removed. But yeah,
Sounds like excuses.
I don't know.
That's shocking.
Can't just draw off track. What can I do?
Yeah, I don't know what to ask really. Bowman,
Love that.
most race wins this season. Amazing. You didn't win tonight, but amazing.
Wow, I knew Nick was going to get a 3 second. I would have thought Gabor harder.
You should have told him, Nick. Come on.
Nick, should have predicted you were going to get a 3 second.
I've got a question for the manager of
for it.
9th. Was there any sort of rigging or any sort of with the kids FEP at the start? I heard there was a bit of controversy going on there.
No, and like something about that. For example, in Japan, we got killed by ET when we was trying to give slip. There was never any accusations of cheating there.
Oh yeah, it's
So,
Santa no,
I don't understand why a guy who
Jordan.
doesn't play the game is getting accused of cheating. He's just shit at the game.
Let's keep it family friendly, please. Keep it
Like,
family friendly. We've got
No,
kids
you
on.
know how bad he is at the game, Ross. Like, he's terrible.
He is not very good at the game. He put
Oh,
up a
but
125.
dying.
Also, the fact that collusion is getting accused because somebody jumped the start, that's your responsibility to not jump the start.
Slay my queen.
Somebody
Wait,
else
they're
will
saying-
make you jump the
They're
start.
saying it was rigging from a lap
Yeah,
1
they're saying it's-
safety car.
Yeah, because, apparently we rigged it because you've got a drive.
But that's literally just a race start again.
Yeah.
So they're just retarded.
If they want to accuse us of that and be sole losers, they can do that. Kiwi
Right,
didn't
right,
want to
right.
take my bet, and you know he was
Wise
wise not
words,
to, he
wise
would have lost
words.
more money.
Love that.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
I think that's a very important question to answer for the rest of the stream. Joseph, do you want to just round us out then for one final time?
I will round us up. Thanks, guys, for joining us. Thanks, guys, for you know, it's a weird moment, you have to say, based on what's happened. I'm sure you would have wanted a bit more fight. It's exciting for us, I have to say. But maybe you'll defend it next season, if there is a next season. I have no news to bring you on that, I'm afraid. But either way, we're going to sign off now, and we are going to say, have a very, very Merry Christmas. We'll be back before then, but have a great Christmas, have a great New Year, have all the good stuff, have lots of chocolate. Ross does that anyway. But either way, we will see you guys next time. There's a Tier 1 finale tomorrow. I think that's still going on, but we didn't have a stream for the last 2 weeks. So fingers crossed we can get that to you. The AEC action isn't done for the year, but take care.
Of the Raw!